y'all, welcome back to the Davies Disc Locker, where I play courses blind so you don't have to. Today we're playing a new Disc Golf Park course in Rowlett, Texas, 18 holes, par 56. We're starting on hole 18. This was a mini little par 4, 581 feet to start. I'm just chipping something out to the left to give myself a hyzer into the green. I'm not messing with all that junk on the right.
Open up the hyzer into there.
This hole plays a little deceiving because that road really plays the left side of the fairway the entire way up, as you can see. So if you throw a hyzer over high on the right, it's a really safe play to push up the fairway, and you might be a little pinched off if you get into those cedars you can see on the right, but you push a lot further towards the basket.
Yeah, that was a full rip with my chip off the tee. I had to throw like 380 full Zeus shot. Kind of played the hole backwards almost, playing a chip and then a full rip and then a good putt.
I threw Halo Destroyer, hyzer, and left myself with probably a 200-foot up shot and got it in for 3.
Next we got hole 1. This is a much better starting hole than hole 18. You don't want to be right. That's bad. So I went really stable, tried to put some turn on it. I'm not getting a birdie from way out yonder.
That would be a...
This hole, really the way to play it for me is I threw a mid on Annie and just let it ride Annie all the way towards the basket and try and end up like kind of right in front of these cedar trees and just have like an easy 15-foot putt right at it. It's a really safe play. If you throw it short right, you're really not pushing too far into the crud, and if you leave it left, you still have an open putt.
Hole 2, 258 feet. Bunch of junk behind the basket. If you have a thumber, if you have a good thumber or a tomahawk, this whole course gets unlocked a little bit, but if you want to like throw the lines that Avery Jenkins had in mind, there's a lot of turnover shots for right-handed players if you're backhand only. Lots of good little forehands. Ugh, such a bad thumber.
You really don't want to end up tight right here because right at the basket, you can't really see it here. That is jail.
Yeah. Fortunate to find my disc and only be off the fairway a little bit. I mean, it is carved out here on the right side, fortunately, but it is bad.
It is very hard to try and get a birdie on this hole from being either early right or just like even deep right is not fun.
So we missed my putt. I splashed chains, doink, like bounced off the cage and rolled out of screen. You can barely see me back there. There's like super thick poison ivy. Felt good to get away with a 4 on that. But fast green. Tanner there, he threw a thumber and he skipped almost off the green.
This hole's really unforgiving if you miss or underthrow your tee shot.
Hole 3, 286 foot. The cedar trees that create the gap are really close to the basket. I'm going hex here.
Turn over the whole way.
Hit it. It didn't turn the whole way, but the tree kicked it back down. A reoccurring theme you'll see on this course a lot is really protected greens where like you want to play to a certain side of the green because the wrong side of the green is going to act like a bunker. Also, the U-disc like basket locations are on the green, but not as accurately as they could be.
This hole's a tricky one. If you end up early left, you are playing for par. There's almost no saving it.
Absolute jail. We had a headwind, and I'm throwing one of the new alphas and ripping it.
Yeah, you really want to end up on the right side and give yourself an open putt.
Nice. Good shot.
Trying to ace run or park this is really risky.
Yeah, I was stoked to be past the basket, but yeah, that cedar just next to the basket there is total jail. Hole 5. I don't know how far this is. I shot it at 360, and I threw my wave on a turnover. We had a tailwind though, so it straightened out, and it
Crushed it, dude.
about 100 feet past the basket. And
Dude,
that disc,
that was far.
I didn't throw it with 400.
There's no way I threw it really
I
far,
threw
that far
Buzz
past the
SS
basket
here
if it's
and ended
360.
up hitting my head on the bottom.
Yeah,
You might be
Tanner-
right. You might be right with the 308.
Yeah, he's thinking maybe it's only 308. We had 2 different readings from 2 different rangefinders, but there's some like cabbage in front of the basket, so we probably just lasered different things. But yeah, he threw this thinking it was 308 with a go.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, rolled on the mulch.
I think I beamed it about 300 as well.
Yeah, look how far back I went. Just laying it up to get a 3.
Nice snacks. Go grab those. At least you got 3.
Yeah, that was a good 3 recovery. The hole 6, 281.
I mean, I'm just like,
It's just right there. What are you throwing?
The headache.
I
I was worried
threw my Bobcat on Heiser out to the right. However, I ended up way left and locked in all those cedars, and I ended up taking a 5 on this hole.
Oh no.
You went around?
Okay, so we don't want to hear about that. That was an Athena through a little flex. Got about pin high, missed it low. On to hole 7, 231 feet. The basket's way more to the right than UDisc shows, and I couldn't really pick a good spot to film because if I put the camera where you can see the basket, you can't really see the gap. So it's down there to the right. That was a good shot.
The thumber here is a really good play. I threw massive
for a second. I like
analyzer
paused and
with
then
Buzz SS and got really fortunate and got pretty parked. I went way high to the left of where you went outside of this tree.
Yeah, that was bad. I'm going zone OS.
The balls.
Committing to that low hard shot.
Hey, that's a tough shot, dude. I meant to go on the right.
It's a fun shot.
Yeah, I didn't hit my hand, and I got a putt to save par, so it was great. Nope. Hole 8, 510 feet.
Oh, I love this hole. I think this
Well,
is
the
one
last
of
time
my
we
favorite holes on the
played,
course. Just 'cause it's such a rip.
straight into this fucking.
It's a wide open rip, but you have to, like, pure it.
No, you don't. I threw a mint goat really high on Annie, just outside that left tip of that cedar that you can see. It's
You
kinda
went
poking out.
high.
And I was about,
If I was confident in that shot, I would try it. That's going to be out
I
there.
was about 2/3 the way there. It was, I had
Gavin
launched it,
smashed
and I had a tailwind, so it helped a lot.
230 feet away from the basket. The wave just rode it out there. Just little spike hyzer.
I mean, playing this hole for 3 is, it's not that difficult, but it still feels good. It's like you end up with these tricky putts that our dads ended up here, and it's like kind of a tester. But if you miss it, you still get par.
Unaffected.
Yeah, he parred it though.
Oh,
He threw like a safe shot off the tee and just chipped it. Hole 9, 380 feet. This is a sweet hole. You do have the property line that kind of got in my head a little bit, so I disked up. Didn't get it as wide, and I threw it definitely too high.
the play here is either a hyzer backhand like
Oh, watch this, watch this. Dean was against the property line. Ooh! Hit cage.
we had a couple guys on our card to a forehand line and curl around basket, and then 2 of them it was like we went forehand backhand forehand
After
backhand,
hitting metal.
and all 4 of us pretty much parked.
Oh, yeah, you
It
didn't
was
hear
really
it?
sick.
Yeah.
Is your whole card birdie this?
Yeah.
That's dope. No one on our card birdie. This was the best look at a birdie on our card.
had the worst drive.
But I skied it. Like, I didn't throw a good drive.
I had the worst drive out of our group when I was 18 feet away.
That's a great card. A hole 10, 280 feet. Good tomahawk, better thumber.
Yeah.
Good forehand. I'm throwing Mustang. Way too early.
Again, just threw Buzz SS here, and I kind of kicked back. I was deep to the right, a little early, but early right, but there's an opening back there, so I just had an open putt at it. I missed it. Still got a 3. I was like probably 50 out.
I was wondering how I ended up there. That was the glitch. And I was like, I thought I put enough on it to like get it to the basket. And I put enough turn on it, but I didn't put enough height on it. I was so confused until I edited this. Hole 11, 314 feet.
This hole is deceivingly tight because this early cedar makes the fairway look so narrow.
It's downhill though, and it's like barely over 300 feet.
Yeah.
If I would have just hung that wide, it would have been really good.
I just put a bobcat on a touch of Annie and just let it kind of like fade back towards basket and ended up about where you are now. But I put about half the effort you did.
But again, if you miss your putt, you're almost in the garbage. I got lucky mine curled up because I could have been butt in the cedar.
That's the risk of this course. If you really miss a shot, like almost on any of these tee pads, you are either out of position.
There's no way this hole's 217 feet. No one on our card reached it, and so I went a wave.
Let's go.
Full turnover.
Let's go.
I pinged it at about 298.
It just looks like it's going to start to fade out.
About 15 feet.
Give him the extra.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Extra juice.
I thought I gave it an ace run, 25 feet short.
Whoever it was.
I threw a Doombird 2 at this hole, and I ended up in that cedar right behind the basket. And I got a 3 because I couldn't get out on my first shot. I had to pitch out to the left side of the screen where the guy in the gray is standing about a putt.
Hole 13, 368 feet. I love this hole so stinking much.
Oh, this shot is so satisfying to hit. It's a right-hand backhand because it's just like a little force over something overstable and just let it ride all the way down the fairway.
At this point, Tanner's ahead of me by like 5 or 6 strokes, so I knew I needed that birdie, and I know that I need this birdie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that was my Big Z Zeus, a newer one that's like a little more stable. And it's way down there. And
I threw a Firebird low on the same kind of idea. Ended up a little shorter, had a big putt. Wish I got the same result as you. I pushed through the back of the chains, ended up right behind the basket.
hole 14, 257 feet, another righty forehand or backhand turnover hole, Mustang. I'm ace running this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Ooh, just to the right of it.
So we all had this collective idea that it hit that mesquite bush and dropped. But see me way back there? There's like a tunnel. And I was very disappointed. This was pretty much the end of my chance to win our card.
I was in that mesquite tree and got cut up.
This is probably one of my favorite holes on the course because of that view.
The prettiest.
It's cool. And it's like, it's an interesting distance. Like, it's so downhill that a mid is more than enough. But we had like a wind coming off the lake, so like I overturned that, but still got there. Yeah. Like, I'm still in the circle putting. And all those honeysuckle bushes around, like, it smelled so stinking good.
Oh, good.
I threw a zone on this hole, and
Running out of
it was
holes.
short left. The wind just kind of stalled me out.
214 feet. Such a short thumber hole, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to cure the gap with putter. There's a low ceiling that you kind of can't see because it camouflages in, but I dropped just under it.
I did a force over the Bobcat just to kind of like let it fall and catch that glide under that low ceiling.
But again, if you're off on one of those overhand throws, you're in the garbaggio.
Yep. There is no forgiveness for missing a deserved shot.
8 now.
Yeah, Tanner's 8 down at this point. And I'm like 3 down, I think. Hole 17, this is our last hole, 371 feet.
You're good.
I want to rethrow this hole so bad.
I have to say, I think this is the best tee shot I had all day. I threw a mint goat like Annie out of my hand. You can't really tell from this angle, but the tee pad's kind of pinched by the cedar on the right, and it's kind of hard to see that Annie line standing from the back of the tee pad.
That cedar tricked me into thinking I needed to go less stable so that I could get that full turn on it, and it just kept turning. I should have gone with something like the goat.
I ended up stalling over those full cedars on the right by the yellow sign and fading back towards the basket. You can kind of see, and
Didn't see it.
was parked.
It's bad.
Dude, you might have a line.
Luckily, I found it. Luckily, it honestly caught in this cabbage instead of going all the way to 18's tee pad that you can see right there, because the card on it like all turned around. But sorry for not like cutting this, but I wanted to leave this in so you can see like if you miss those 3 cedars that you can see off the tee, or if you're going around them, hyzing around like Gavin's talking about, like this is what you're dealing with coming into the green.
Yeah. If you miss your line, if you try and go under those cedars and you miss high, good luck for getting par. Like, you're so far out of position, and it requires either a lot of luck to be out of those cedars or really, really good scramble shot.
Yeah, so I was able to like forehand, but it caught that edge, and this is not what I wanted for a par putt at the end of the round.
That was your out shot. That's a really good out.
It was such a weird putt. It was like my old splishy putt instead of. So we're gonna play hole 18 again one more time. 3-wood a tee shot on it looks like. Warmed it up. I'm throwing that same wave, but I'm pushing it. You really want to follow that path all the way to the basket. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is Rowlett Disc Golf Park, put in by Avery Jenkins. This thing is rad. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.